Three Demons Book 1, Chapter 6, Preparations for Battle. The next day, Rhea had us carry these backpacks full of training equipment with us to a secluded location surrounded by mountains. Rhea told me that it was impressive for me to carry the backpack considering it weighed over 10 tons. When we arrived, Rhea had me and Asuka as primary training objectives for Kazuto, Ava, and Kitsune. Kazuto to enhance our battle intelligence, Ava to enhance our arcana, and Kitsune to enhance our reaction timing. When I began my training with Kitsune, I was instructed not to fight back and only dodge her attacks. Kitsune didn't do me any favors, immediately going for the attack. I was pushed back against a rock wall and was luckily able to move my head far enough not to get hit. However, when Kitsune hit the rock wall, it started to collapse on top of me. I jumped forward and fell on my face, and before I could regain my composure, Kitsune wrapped her legs around me in a triangle and began to squeeze the life out of me. Alter switched to Jake. Jake screamed out in pain, Kitsune! Being in between your thighs is hot as hell, but I can't breathe! In response to what Jake had said, Kitsune began to squeeze harder, causing Jake to wheeze out in pain. Alter switched to Randy. The next bit of training has me and Asuka working together with Ava as a trainer. She explains to me and Asuka how to channel our inner arcana. She tells us to focus on a single point within our subconscious. I close my eyes to find this inner point, but all I can see are multiple roads of light going in multiple directions. I try to travel through these roads, but I can never find the single point. I open my eyes and I find myself just standing there with my hands cupped close together. I look over to Asuka and my eyes widen. She's glowing in a light green aura with an orb of light forming in her hands. Amazing, Asuka, you are a natural at demonic arcana, Ava enthusiastically tells Asuka. You, however, Randy, still need a lot of work if you want to cast any sort of arcanic spells, Ava tells me with a lot less enthusiasm. I drop my head in self-disappointment and sigh, yeah, I know. Finally, Kazuto is going to teach me battle strategy. I draw out my black sword and the group are in awe. Wow, Randy materialized a sword from thin air. I've never seen that before, Ava exclaims. Now, Randy, when in battle, you must study your opponent's moves regardless of their speed, Kazuto says, rushing towards me, disappearing from sight. Next thing I know, Kazuto is behind me, about to strike me with his sword, but I managed to block his strike with my own sword. Me and Kazuto began clashing our blades continuously, going so fast that we had apparently vanished from thin air. Suddenly, Kazuto stops his movements, causing me to fall backwards onto my ass. Damn it, Kazuto, why the hell did you stop? I asked him. Kazuto smiled at me. Well, Randy, it's clear you don't need any help with battle strategy. You were able to calculate my movements and strikes with relative ease. Especially considering how fast we were going, Kazuto tells me proudly. I'm confused at that statement that was just said. It didn't feel like we were going all that fast to me, but I look around as everyone has a surprised yet proud look on their face, especially Rhea, who exclaims, That was amazing, Randy. I really didn't expect that from you. I'm really proud of you. Later in the day, Rhea had pulled me aside to explain something to me that she deemed important. I sat down in a chair where Rhea had made some tea for me while she was going to give her lecture. Now, Randy, you realize that you've managed to form a weapon since becoming a demon, right? I nod in acknowledgement as she continued. Most demons have what's called a soul bond. It's a manifestation of your demonic will that typically forms in a weapon of some sort. However, not all demons have this. You're actually the only person in my company that has a physical soul bond. My eyes widened as I wasn't expecting to be the only one with something like this. Rhea continued. Ava is an arcana user. Her arsenal is all about arcana-based abilities, such as fire and ice. Kitsune uses her demonic energy to enhance her strength, speed, and endurance. Kazuto has a special ability. He can grow a sword from any point in his body, the swords of which being made out of his bones. However, they're as strong as steel. You, however, are a special case as well. Demons are only supposed to have one soul bond. You have three. The sword carved from the black flames of Amaterasu, called Diablo, a holy demonic scythe which was created by the Titan lord Thanatos, called the Black Heart, as well as the gauntlets forged by the Greek pantheons themselves. One strike from these are equivalent to that of a nuclear bomb going off. My eyes widen even more. I look down at my hands and ponder what was just said to me. I think that makes us pretty badass, Joseph screams out in the subconscious. Rhea smiles at me once more. You're special just like everyone in my company, Randy. Remember that. It's the day of the battle against the Sakuraba Company. I look around and notice a serious tone among everyone in the company. The stakes are pretty high. We are all fighting for Ria's freedom, and no one is going to into this underestimating a thing. We are suddenly teleported to a battlefield. It looks like a city that has been destroyed, turned to rubble. Buildings are abandoned, and there are vehicles with shattered windows and rust building up. Ria speaks up. Everyone, this isn't going to be an easy battle. The only way to win this is to either knock your opponent outside the boundary or to kill them. And that is the end of chapter 6.